2016 The Branding Solution, and we are now at episode 101. We are here on the Go Home show for Survivor Series for Monday Night Raw, and for this I changed my pre-show tactic a little bit. I decided to hire some more popular superstars from mostly the history of this company and others. Everybody on here I've heard of in some form, so we have a few more familiar faces. These are only on one night deals, all of these people who lose the matches, but I just feel they could work well with some of our not as oftenly used superstars who just need a little bump. So we start with #DIY defeating Brian Lawler and Rikishi. Well, Brian Christopher from Too Cool, former tag team. It seemed like a good idea. They're not the best in-ring performers, but it's helped my guys improve a little bit more. They're both classed as semi-active, so I think this works enough for what I needed it to do. My next one is Carlito defeating Garrett Bischoff. They don't click, fair enough. I'm just trying to get Carlito back into winning ways anyway. New Day 3 defeat Brian Griffiths, also Mason Ryan and Rob Terry. 51, not great. They're not brilliant, let's face it, those two. Just worth a try to see what they could do. Rob Terry's more of a TNA guy anyway, but still. New Day got a win. Jinder Mahal defeats Wes Briscoe. Now, I always used to make the mistake on the old game and hire him as one of the Briscoe brothers. Rookie mistake, obviously. Now, I did this just for the idea to see how bad Carly was. I had Baron Corbin destroy him, and the selling was not shown. That's clearly why the Great Carly isn't around. Super Crazy lost to Heath Slater. Yeah, Super Crazy. Quite a good performance for a hired gun, but I had to keep Heathy Baby winning. And my main event was Jay Lethal defeating X-Pac. I thought I'd see how that one went. 54C. It's not a terrible match, to be honest, shall we say. We could have had a lot worse, but I just wanted to try some more established stars. Now we're going to go into the main show now, I believe. And we start with Triple H once again opening the show, because that's what happens on this Monday Night Raw. Triple H always opening the show because he wants control. And he says, this is my show, this is why I open this show. I create greatness. And with Kevin Owens, Ryback and these Wyatts being the latest to follow in the footsteps of Seth Rollins, your current WWE World Heavyweight Champion. So the idea is Triple H creates you. Seth Rollins arrives at the scene, shakes Triple H's hand before announcing that he will walk out still the champion because of everything that I have learned from Hunter. And we have Roman coming out, sending his warning to Rollins. As Ziggler and Bray Wyatt continue their onslaught of insults towards Triple H and Owens. And Ambrose joins the party. A bit of the loose cannon, telling he doesn't care about anyone, he's going to be champion. However, he has to do it. Because remember, Ambrose is a heel. Because all I've ever seen on this game is people turn Roman heel. Never Dean Ambrose heel, so I wanted to make Ambrose the heel and keep Roman as a face, which is something not many people I've seen do on these Let's Plays. And the lights go out, the dongs ring, the lightning strikes the ring posts, and the Undertaker appears on the Titantron, sending his final warning to Triple H before the Survivor Series match. As we know, that Survivor Series is the Triple H, Kevin Owens, Ryback, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan versus The Undertaker, Bray Wyatt, Dolph Ziggler, John Morrison and Finn Balor. And obviously we have the Shield members having a triple threat match. It happened in real life. It's going to happen again. Simple as. And 87 is a great start to the show. We move on. Where Triple H has decided to grasp a tag team championship match next. And the Certified G's retain when Big Cass pinned Eric Rowan. John Morrison distracted him. His key keeps that storyline rolling a little bit. And Eric's the weakest link of those two, much like how Enzo is for them. So yeah, I'm happy with that. We move on to our William Regal cutting a promo how Axel will defeat Neville, and with TM61 they will beat Neville's team at Survivor Series. And he's also saying we'll welcome a new member to our team. We're not until the future. We're always recruiting. So we have a tease of a new member. I already know who the new member's going to be. I am going to have a new member, but I don't like my idea of having too many just come on at once. I've restricted myself to one debut per month, and they were the debut for this month very early on, so I'm going to save the next one for December. And just to try and push them forward, the Class Acts defeat Anglo Dawkins and American Alpha. American Alpha stay strong for this. I don't care, they have to. But we had meant to be interference, but never mind. There was interference, yeah. Oh well. Something didn't quite click in that description, but it's meant to be a distraction. It's meant to be a clean win as such, but never mind. Kevin Owens cuts a promo about how he will show Dolph Ziggler who the next big thing is going to be in this company. So, nice 74, solid. We then have Big E and Jack Swagger losing to The Miz and Del Rio when The Miz made Jack Swagger tap out. And the idea here is Big E got distracted and didn't really care about helping. Continuing on this story. And this backstage segment is about Kofi Kingston confronting Big E about the last match and about why he was late last week. And Big E just does his apologising, then don't worry, you will walk out winner in Survivor Series even if the rest of your team lets you down. I'll be there, get your back even if you don't trust me enough to be on your team. And he just then walks off and Kofi just looks on, slightly shocked at what he's just heard. So yeah, the idea, as we know, is Big E hasn't been part of the Survivor Series team and is incredibly annoyed about this. Roderick Strong got a nice clean win over Bo Dallas. I'm just going to continue to push Roderick because his matches are usually great and he works well with nearly everyone on the roster. But afterwards, Baron Corbin comes out to attack him because Baron Corbin wants to be the next Intercontinental Champion, and all these guys are fighting for a chance to become the number one contender type of style match. The Usos beat the Ascension. Yeah, it's nothing fancy. I just wanted the Usos to get a televised win. The Ascension aren't really going to go anywhere. They're not terrible and they're not great, so they're quite good at just doing a few wins here and there. Sami Zayn decides to cut a promo on Bad News about how he's beaten bigger men, people who thought they were better than him. He's the underdog from the underground. He'll overcome any odds, whatever's thrown at him type of style. Sami Zayn through and through. 78 is really good, and at the moment Sami Zayn is ready, I think, to become a real star of this game for me. Neville defeats Chris Sabin. I'm just trying a few different matches. We've seen similar matches in the past. They've got good matches. 61 is good for almost a filler match. We then move on to Daniel Bryan cutting a promo on Samoa Joe. Again, I didn't want too much just infighting. I wanted to build up to matches. But I do end up having a nice little tag team match here. Now we have Kurt Angle, Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan versus Jericho, Ryback and Samoa Joe. And I have given Chris Jericho the win over Kurt Angle. The main reason for this is they are all, Bray and Daniel Bryan are the superstars. Simple as that. Let's say 91 and 87. Ryback is weak, he needs to be on the winning side. That helps enough. And Dolph Ziggler then cuts a promo on Kevin Owens just before their match, the 90, which is great to see. And this is the sort of risk match that I have to take every now and then. But my main event is an 82. Brilliant. Kevin Owens loses to Dolph Ziggler. Yes, I had to go this way, solely because Ziggler lost to Seth Rollins in the main event last week. This plays into the fact that Kevin Owens is not quite at Seth Rollins' level, and Dolph Ziggler is still a truly good contender to one day face Seth Rollins for that title. It's done everything it needs to this match. We have The Undertaker's team winning going into it. Kevin Owens, So, two great performances. These two could easily be both number one contenders. Maybe Kevin Owens for Kofi's, Dolph Ziggler for Seth's in the future. We end this with a heated confrontation. Yeah, I decided I was going to throw Bad News and Sami Zayn into this. The only thing that hasn't really worked out is I think I have Dolph Ziggler in a different storyline to Kevin Owens. And that should have helped the storyline. But still, we should get a high 70 here. You're at 80. I'm happy with that. A little bit more storyline in those two, we probably would have had an even better. So let's just go back to the home screen and see what the rest of the world thought. Okay, we are back to the main screen. We have all the positives. Let's check. I have some renewals, which people and I would keep. William Regal is a bit of a faction, and I can't really get rid of him when he's just started in the faction. Yes, that was a long contract, but it's more, let's just see what he can do. Chris Masters, hey? Let's see what his popularity looks like. Because I haven't seen him around. He's out with a detached retina. Well, that doesn't sound too healthy. 4 months. That's not much good to anybody. The Legion of Boom. Interesting. Well, that's the end of that story. This is all the call-ups wanting to come up. We have finished our warming up period. I've run into national size, so we can have national battles. But I've hired X-Pac for a night, and he has a new click. God, it's only a night. We will renew Epico for at least another year. I'm happy with that. He's done well. He was a tag champion earlier in the year. So we'll see what we can do with a year extra with him. Lots of blood relatives. He's 45, as we can just quickly check on the popularity. When I started the game, he was 30. I did get him up to 50, that's when they were tag champions. And he's dwindling a bit, but he's still in the high 40s, so I'm happy with that. He deserves a new contract anyway. The rest are not coming up to the main roster yet. Simple as that. Most of them are more wasted time sort of commentatory people that I won't be using. As the Legend versus Legend suffered in that match because of Bray and Ryback. Ryback is always a weak link in these. Del Rio Jericho is a 70, that's the highest it's been in a while. This is stumbling around. The IC, they always seem to go really high, Sami Zayn. That's okay. After that week, but I think it's got one more match in it to finish it. Then it will all be over. Tag titles did have a little bit, so that's okay. TV title, I don't care. 82, that's good. That was going to have a great blow off, and I already think I know the outcome of that. And 70, at the moment I've only got those 4 in there, so I haven't made my true decision on what's going to happen next. In the creative meeting, we'll see who is hot and who is not. Carmella's up there, even though Jimmy, Roman Reigns, who's not. Brian Kendrick didn't give him a match. I don't know how she could have no momentum. She's had one match. Any more good hidden gems out there? I bet Sheamus will be on this list. When it decides to load. Because I can't rehire Sheamus. It's kind of disappointing. He still doesn't want to come back to me. And it doesn't seem to want to load this page up. And it did right at the end to be extra annoying. So we'll pop back, quickly see who they thought would be good enough for us. Most of them are guys who are actually in TNA, so there's not much I can do. Yeah, the age thing puts me off most of these as well. I can't get him. Rob Echoes. He's in TNA, so that's already a dead end for me. Pepper Parks, it's an interesting name. Let's see, he's also in TNA. Only a mid-carder. Married to Cherry Bomb, eh? And Delirious. We'll see what this guy is. Ring of Honor only. Not the most popular. Strong dislike to Davey Richards. Isn't too bad because we don't have Davey Richards. Has his popularity increased or decreased? So. He'll go on the short list. We like to have a few people around. If TNA starts sniffing around, he's going to be ours. Well, I think that's everything. We go on the pre-booking for Survivor Series. I've done this one as a pre-show because I just want to give them a match. Really. Baron needs a match. So does Roderick. So that's pre-show. We know about this one. This is just the main contenders and tag titles plus Jay Lethal and Heath Slater. Probably could have put Roderick and Baron in this one, but no. Obviously, we all know about this one. I mentioned this. New Day 2, Neville, and American Alpha. And this is the champions looking to be the only ones to win. And no, triple threat. That's all we have. So we'll be back with SmackDown next time. Thank you all for watching, and we are gone.